Okay. Objective. So you've got an objective, graduate student with an interest in high performance computing, cloud and DevOps, looking to gain hands-on industry experience in software and firmware development. You've got your thesis outlined, your educational background. Can you just scroll down a little bit to the projects and skills? I'm curious if this person is interested in cloud computing. I wonder if they've also done some of the legwork and gotten certified in some of the educational free resources that we have. A lot of these cloud companies sort of offer. Okay, so you're using AWS, love it. You're using Beanstalk, that's great. You're using Route 53. So you've got some projects that you've got up and running. I think that this is good. I think that you've done work, you've done projects relative that map to your objective, which is to get, to work in high performance computing. I think it was so to work in HPC and cloud generally. The only thing that I don't necessarily see here, and I may be sort of missing it, so apologies if I am, are certifications. What I'll say is, and I said this in my post, um, all of the hyperscale cloud providers, so that's Microsoft Azure, Google's cloud platform, as well as AWS, offer a really rich set of self-paced training libraries and certifications that you can get. Some of them are I think cost money, think less than $100 or so, and then others are free. And so what I'd say is if you are sort of really interested in getting a job in cloud computing and you're thinking about applying for jobs at one of those companies, getting those certifications is a fantastic way to demonstrate your level of interest, but more importantly, B, if and when you get the job, you will come in ready to hit the ground running and be really well acclimated. Now, this person may not need that because they're already running their website on with some basic AWS tools. But for example, if this person, you said cloud, and many companies offer cloud, if you wanted to go work at, like I said, Microsoft or Google, you'd want to probably go and spend a few cycles getting some level of certification or doing some self-paced training in their training libraries. That's my take.
Uh, okay. Uh, yeah. So Pink Dragons, you can just go ahead and ban that idiot. Go. No need to time out. Just blow them up. And thank you. Okay. Uh, yeah. People who come in and advertise to us in our own stream, they are unwelcome. So I think that was a great rundown. I think this is a quite good resume. Chat, if you see flaws in this resume, you should call them out, not only for lead vitamin's sake, but I don't have much to add. Okay, so clean intro gives all the social links, which is good. As a comp sci student, has GitHub right up on top, so calling out that they do work. Has a lot of specific detail, has an objective. The formatting's a little weird. I usually see the right column being thinner is a little weird. I might consider swapping the columns. I would, I guess, consider swapping the columns and having the right be the left and vice versa, is my opinion. But this is a super solid resume. Let's see. Do we have results on anything? Okay. The fail here is the same one as the last resume. No specific results from any of these. And I realize you're in school, but what was the impact? What someone else said is measurable for impact. I do like the fact you included being a crew leader. And were you really there 13 years? That's pretty incredible. But being able to put in there that you work this hard job goes to the point of grit, determination. And you probably listened to one of my streams where I said I like that because here's someone I know who knows how to work. Like if you really were a crew leader for mowing contractors for 13 flipping years and now you're a grad student in comp sci, like good on you. By the way, if you haven't applied to Amazon, I'm just saying there are 10,000 open jobs. I think you'd be an exceptional potential fit.
We offer FPGA instances. Come work on them.
Yeah. So, yeah, you have an objective. The only thing I would do to this resume is add results and flip things left and right. Those are the two things I would add. So let's see what else Chad had to say. Kind of a spray and pray rather than targeting a certain job. Yeah, you might want to customize for jobs. Obviously, resumes people post here are usually their base resume before customization. Yeah, there is some point you list a lot of skills. You could call out top skills or expert in, familiar with. I though would, if you had results, this would be an A resume with the column switch and adding results. It's a B resume, but B is pretty good, by the way. Most people's resumes clock in at between D and F. So, all right, this tag team's working pretty well. We've been streaming for a while, but I will roll us back to one camera with the invisible Max, the expert. We'll pass Max another question, and I will grab at least one more resume. Should I be thinking about not hiring for an open position out of concern to ensure my current team gets the raises they deserve, knowing the workload may stay closer to a peak for a longer time if I don't hire? All right, Max, you're an individual contributor, but you take the first shot at this.
Yeah, that's a above my pay grade question. I would say that if you've got
Well, stretch yourself, Max. Do you want to
All right.
grow? Do you have ambition? Like, look to the future here.
if you've got an open head, hire for that open head. Headcount decisions often are made pretty deliberately, and that represents an investment that the business is trying to make in your functional area. And I would absolutely capitalize on that and bring them on. If your team is doing good work and you do your best to bring somebody in that's going to add value to that team, then the overall output of that team is going to grow. If you're doing a manager, as Andy Grove said, the function of a manager is to improve the output of his or her individual contributors. So if you're doing your thing as a manager, you'll improve that person's output and collectively the output of the team. And I think everybody will do well. How it'll affect the bonus pool and all that sort of a thing. I can't speak to that at all, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I would be the first to say, unfortunately, you've got a false assumption in here, which is by not hiring the open role, you'll protect raises. And I think that's unlikely, and unless you've been told there's X amount of budget and it's going to be distributed this way, and when we don't hire, blah, blah, blah. Unless you've been told that super clearly, it's not true. And raises can be frozen no matter how many people you hire or not. They're independent decisions. Now, at a small company, they might be more tightly coupled. But I just don't think those are the same. So I would not do that. I would do exactly what I would be doing instead is soon hiring will be frozen or could be. And so I would hire quickly so that it happens. Now, Keval wants to know, if it was true, how does it change my answer? So if I knew for absolute certain that hiring a person would result in my current staff getting smaller raises or no raises, I would probably still hire, because having an extra person makes everybody's work easier if I hire well, allows the company to get more done so that there's more money in the future and there's a more chance that everyone keeps their job. So even if I knew I was taking away everyone's raises, I would hire, because in the end, optimizing for the long-term success of the company is the best way to get your people paid. That's what I would do. But as I said, I have many harsh boss voices. I can use them all.